I heard my name in an empty apartment. I moved into the apartment in late October. The kind of move that feels temporary even when it isn't. Cardboard boxes, a mattress on the floor, one mug. I told myself I would decorate later. The building was quiet, not abandoned, just thin. Sounds didn't travel far. Doors closed softly. I rarely saw anyone else. I liked it that way. Most evenings were the same. I cooked something simple. I ate standing up. I sat on the floor with my back against the couch and scrolled until my eyes hurt. The apartment had a habit of settling at night, pipes clicking, wood adjusting, the normal noises of a place remembering its shape. At first, I found it comforting. The first time I heard my name, I was washing a plate. Just one plate. I hadn't unpacked the rest yet. The water was running. The light above the sink buzzed faintly. Then, very clearly from somewhere behind me, someone said my name. Not loudly, not urgently, just said it. I turned off the tap right away. The silence afterward felt heavier than before. I stood there for a moment, hands wet, listening, waiting for something else to follow. Nothing did. I checked my phone. No missed calls, no notifications. I told myself it came from another apartment. Sound carries in strange ways. People say names all the time. Still, I walked through the rooms. Bathroom empty, bedroom empty, closet, just boxes and coats. The door was locked, chain still on. I went to bed early that night. Sleep came slowly. The second time happened 3 days later. I was sitting on the floor, lights off except for the glow from my laptop. A documentary played quietly. Something about minimalism. I wasn't really watching. I heard my name again, this time from the hallway. Same tone, same calm voice. It sounded like someone standing just outside my bedroom door. I paused the video. The apartment felt too still, as if it was holding its breath. I didn't answer. I waited. Seconds stretched. My heartbeat felt loud in my ears. Nothing else happened. I didn't check the hallway right away, I don't know why. Eventually, I stood up and turned on every light as I went. The hallway was empty, the front door untouched. I stood there longer than I needed to. That night, I slept with the lights on. After that, I became careful. I paid attention to my routines, listened more closely. I stopped wearing headphones, kept the TV volume low. Days passed without anything happening. I started to feel embarrassed about it, about how unsettled I'd been. Stress, I told myself. New place, old building, thin walls. Then it happened again. I was half asleep this time. That was what made it worse. I was lying on my side, facing the wall. The room was dark. I heard my name spoken close to my ear. Not whispered, spoken, as if someone was standing beside the bed, making sure I could hear. I sat up so fast my vision blurred. The room was empty. The air felt cold, not drafty, just cold. I didn't sleep again that night. The next morning I called my sister. I didn't tell her everything, just asked if she'd ever heard things when she was overtired. She laughed gently, said it happened sometimes. said I should get more rest. I agreed, but I started testing something after that. When I was alone and the apartment was quiet, I'd say my own name out loud, softly. Then I'd wait. Nothing ever answered. Weeks passed. I began to believe it had stopped. Until one evening, when I came home late. It was raining. The kind of rain that blurs the edges of things. I unlocked the door and stepped inside. Before I turned on the lights, I heard my name from the living room. It sounded familiar. Not just the voice, the timing, like someone saying it because they knew I just arrived. I didn't move. My hand stayed on the door handle. The apartment smelled the same as always, dust and detergent. The voice didn't repeat itself. I turned on the light. Empty. That was the night I noticed something else. The apartment echoed differently when I spoke. I tested it by saying a few words out loud. Hello. Just testing. The sound came back softer than I expected. As if the space was absorbing it, I tried again. Said my name. The echo lingered a fraction too long. Not loud enough to be obvious. Just enough to notice if you were already paying attention. I stopped speaking after that. I began to avoid using my name at all. No signing for packages. No answering unknown numbers. It felt safer that way. The voice didn't disappear. It just waited. Sometimes days would pass, sometimes a week. Then, casually, it would say my name again. Always when I was alone. Always when the apartment was quiet. Never urgently. Never angry. Almost patient. I started to wonder something I didn't want to wonder. About memory. About repetition. About how often I talked to myself without noticing. I thought about recordings, about voice notes I'd made years ago and forgotten. I searched my phone, my laptop, old cloud backups. Nothing. One night I sat on the floor in the dark and listened. For hours. I didn't hear my name, but I heard breathing. Very faint. Not close enough to panic over. Not far enough to ignore. It matched my own. That was when I realized something that still keeps me awake. The voice never came from a direction I could clearly place. It wasn't behind walls or inside vents. It was always inside the space, as if the apartment itself was saying it, or as if the sound didn't need to travel to reach me. I moved out 2 months later. I didn't tell the landlord why. The new place is louder. Traffic, neighbors, life. It helps. But sometimes late at night when everything lines up just right, when the room is still and I'm almost asleep, I hear my name again. Only now, I can't tell if it's coming from the room or from the moment just before I wake up. And I don't answer. I never answer. I just listen and wait for it to say it again.